Good afternoon, everyone. So, I'm inspired by what I've been listening to speakers talk about. One of them, obviously, being Sean James. He's been to our club many times. As some of you may not know, I'm the president of the Thorold Garden Club. At any rate, we are all out touting the fact that we don't need to have beautiful manicured lawns, which is all I see around me. No native plants. At any rate, I am going native as much as I can. I did plant this beautiful Elizabeth magnolia, not native. This tree is native, city planted, and now I have added this garden in the front. And I've mixed it with both native and non-native. I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that. So we've got here a New England aster, native. Pollinators love it. I have many others in here. What is this here? Oh my gosh. Joe Pyeweed, also native and a great pollinator. So I'm going to continue to add many more. There's all kinds of asters in here that are native to Ontario. And some of these aren't, obviously. But I am going to continue to do this to my front garden and that one. Now my back garden, on the other hand, is a totally different story. There is goldenrod. Actually, I think I did plant some goldenrod out the front here too. They're good types of goldenrod, and they're not the kind that you're allergic to. So my backyard is got all kinds of different pollinator-friendly and native plants in it. So I'm listening to the experts tell us about what we need to do to help our environment and our world as a whole. So my backyard is milkweed of different varieties. Nope, that is not mine. All invasive. So we've got black-eyed Susans that self-planted, love that. And in here too, there's natives growing seeds. And there is some of the invasive that has come from the neighbors that I have to work on. But in amongst all of this, there is native and non-native, lilac, what is my tea? Bergamot. There's wild bergamot in here. It looks like I have a berry growing in here. I'll check on that. Goldenrod. Yes, my roses. I love my roses. All of this is native with the exception of my dahlias and my rose bushes. I will forever have rose bushes. I have England in my blood, so that will continue to happen. And look at this. I've got two bumblebees just kicking around. Don't know if they're having a play fight going on or what is going on, but lots of that. So again, I've got goldenrod in there. I've got, what is this tree? I'm pretty sure it's a serviceberry. Let me just double check. Yes, it's a serviceberry. So that is a native. I think I picked that up last year at Earth Day from Gold Nursery. They were selling them at the Earth Day event in Thorold. Goldenrod, and they're different varieties. They're not all the same. Cup plant. I can't remember if it's native or not. I know that this one here, can't remember the name, but the pollinators love it. Oh, it's a kind of, oh gosh, it should come to me. Bee balm. That is a bee balm, also native, and the pollinators love it. So I've got lots of that popping up all over the place. And I love the different colors. So there's always some kind of color going on in my garden any time of the year. So this is huge, the side garden as well. So there's native in here, non-native. I mix it up, and I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that. I'm still doing my part for the environment. I have let the pond go back to nature, even though it is lined, and I can fix that easily enough. But it creates a bit of a habitat for the birds. There's goldenrod here, there's goldenrod here, and the flowers and the pollinators that I see in the fall that they come for is just amazing. So yeah, there's some oak leaf hydrangeas, not native, but they love the spot, so they're going to stay. There's ferns over there underneath the trees. I don't go back there so much anymore, but I can if I need to, in behind your raspberries. And I've got blueberry bushes back in there too, believe it or not, and they seem to be doing quite well. Haven't planted my calla lilies. If anybody's looking for some, I don't know how much room I'm going to have. So yeah, so I'm trying to do my part with planting as much as I can to help the pollinators and the birds. And it's coming along a little bit at a time. I'm always changing something up somewhere. This is my cherry tree. I'm trying to think of where I got that from. Gosh, now I don't remember. But I got it 3 years ago, I think, and it's five different kinds of cherries on that tree. So it self-pollinates, which is really nice. This puppy, I've just let her do her own thing, even though she's in the strawberry area there. Haven't planted all my vegetables, believe it or not. I've got my garlic in there. These two potatoes, pardon me, came up from last year. There always seems to be some stragglers that I either don't catch or they're too little for me to harvest, so I just leave them and they come and do their own thing in the spring, which is great. So this is my potato and garlic bed, my herbs. For the most part, this bed is generally pretty, these bees are following me around, is perennial. And I have planted other things in here as well because I did turn it over, which I shouldn't have done, but I turned it over last year. Gosh, these bees are so funny. Can you see them? I don't know if you can. They're right here. Da-da-da. I don't know. Must be a mom and dad kicking around. I think they are the, what are they called? Carpenter bees. So they're non-aggressive solitary bees, and they're so cute and fluffy. My lettuce bed that I put together last year. So I had a lettuce come up on its own there. I must have let something go to seed. It looks like a butter lettuce. And my blackberry bush, oh my gosh, it is doing so well. And in amongst it are some artichokes. So there's bee balm. If anybody wants bee balm, I always seem to have a great time with bee balm. Look at these guys following around here. What are they talking about? And I've got some beans that started growing in this bed, and I'll put some more in. Not sure what I'm going to put in here, if it's going to be peas or what, but I got lots of time. And I did another pond back here last year, and I just, put straw over top of the seeds that I just put down. And it's all wild native stuff that I planted there as well. And I planted in here, what have I got? Pumpkins. Oh my God, so many assortments of pumpkins. That's going to be crazy. It's kind of a, chaotic gardening happening there. Pepper squash, which I love, honeydew, on the other side, cantaloupe. And I did put my compost in there from my bins over there that were crazy with worms. My dog decided she thought she could eat some and was not very healthy last night, but she seemed to get through it. And the worms didn't quite do their job, but they lived. I have them outside, and my son-in-law is a vermiculture pro, and they raise red wigglers at their farm on their property in where are they? Bobcaygeon. So these were left out all winter, and I filled them whenever I could with compost. And like I said, I'm not patient enough to let the worms turn it totally into worm poop, as you can see here, because I've got eggs, in my eggshells in my garden. Planted my tomatoes, and when I did this, I didn't want to dispose of all of my red wigglers, so I kept a bunch for both of these pails. It was warm in here, so if I pick up this clump, we'll see that there's still some red wigglers in here, and there's probably still eggs in there too, so they will continue to prosper and help me compost. Same here. If I was to make about that, I don't know if I want to, but you'll see there's loads. Look at all that. Look at all those red wigglers in there. So I didn't sacrifice all of them, and really I guess they're not sacrificed because they're in my in my garden beds, which is a good place for them to be because they can still be breaking down things that are in there, like the eggshells that I didn't let compost. So lots going on. And this year, for a change, I had the chickens out here for a while, so they've gone through and done their thing. So there's native stuff growing back there, and I don't know if this weed is a good weed or a bad weed. I will check that out. But for now, I'm going to let it be because I'm getting warm. But this year along here, got my raspberries, I planted beans, because I have tons of string beans that grow and they're so good. They're the green kind. So I'm putting up along the fence. So I'll share them with my neighbor as well. So yeah, so lots of raspberries you can see that are gonna pop. Blueberries. This is my first year that I'll have some nice blueberries. I've got 3 really good plants. Oh gosh, look at this. There's a blueberry. Because I let my chickens kind of run wild. They ate a lot of these. So there's a beautiful blueberry. I'm so happy. So I did get a little bit of fertilizer, which is from chickens. So I will put that down. More raspberries. So right now I'm at the back of the pond. So this is a flowering bush. Can't remember what kind. So I'm coming back around. There. So I'm back at the other side of the pond. So I can still get through here. So it's not that chaotic. Yeah, gonna have to investigate what this is. I'm sure somebody's gonna tell me how bad it is. But there's lots of native. This is native, right? So I'm just gonna tromp through my garden. Got a couple of pussy willows, and I've been planting as many trees as I can. We've got this one, which name I can't pronounce, but I like it. It's pretty. It's got a nice leaf, hoping it's native. Another pussy willow there, the serviceberry, like we talked about. And I do have a dogwood over here. We call it Susan. So I'm trying to do my best to plant trees. And I'm encouraging our board and our horticultural society to look at our 100th anniversary, which is going to be happening in 3 years. So I see a tree planting in our future. But this is another one we planted. And some will say, oh my God, Tammy, you've got so many trees planted so close to each other and there's a canopy and oh my God. But you know what? Somehow in the forest, when things self-seed, they make it work. So I'm sure they will make it work, because this is my tranquil, nice, in my mind, spot to be, my little paradise. And I hope everyone is enjoying their backyards and turning theirs into a native pollinator point somewhere in their garden. I'm not saying you have to do the whole thing, but I would love to see more and more people out there planting native plants. And hopefully we won't have any issue with city bylaws and that sort of thing, because it's important that we all get back to doing our native planting. Hope you're all well. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.